As people with disabilities, we've had to go through a lot of tough times while trying to help other people understand us. Sometimes we look different. Sometimes we sound different. So sometimes we seem different. Often that means we're labeled different. That can be a big problem. The labels that get used to describe people that have disabilities don't show the real person inside. They can be hurtful. They can be disrespectful. They can be limiting. But most importantly, they don't show just how valuable we can be in our communities and in our lives.
When someone with a disability is labeled, a big problem usually pops up. A lot of people tend to see the label and they don't get to see the whole person behind it. They don't take the time to see us, and they don't give themselves the opportunity to see anything more than what the label shows them.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you what your handicap is? Well, my handicap is warm, it's cool, it looks real good, it fits real good, and I never leave home without it.
For example, if you were to call me stupid, you would be telling yourself that I would never do or say anything smart. Right away, you'd be denying me the chance to prove you wrong.
Handicaps for the bit. Kevin.
I was born with a mental challenge. I was born with hydrocephalus, water on the brain. And I had the very first operation in Western Canada. Both sides of the brain opened up. I was 16 hours old.
The label doesn't let you include a change or a different way of thinking, and that's why it's important to take the opportunity to see more.
You know, I wasn't supposed to live to see my first birthday. I wasn't supposed to be married. I wasn't supposed to go to school. I wasn't supposed to. I've done it.
I was born with this. It's a vascular malformation. It's like my veins are like bulging and overgrown, veins gone wild.
By changing the labels we use, we open up a world of opportunity for each other, and that's all anybody really needs.
It matches my face. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Can you read it? It's what it said. No, that's for me. This is it. It says here, what it says on here is, I know you want me. Oh, that's so great. Self-advocacy is a really important thing. I feel like it's not just for the people who are self-advocates. It's the kind of thing that can change society as a whole. You know, like speaking for myself, it took me a long time to realize this, but I say my face is a gift because I've been forced to find my inner beauty. Now, I believe that people who look different, particularly people with facial difference, we understand stuff about beauty that normal people don't understand. You know, I think everybody has to find their sense of self-worth, beauty, however you want to put it, and people with visible disabilities are forced to find it faster. So it's hard, but we know things about what it means to be a human being that we bring to the world. We have lots of gifts to bring.
Hi, my name is Kyle Willow and I am 24 years old. When I was 3, I had a near drowning accident that left me with a brain injury, so now I use sign language sounds for my communicator to speak to people. As a result of the accident, I ended up at the Glenrose Hospital as I was growing up. As you can imagine, I did not find my stay there very enjoyable. I thought about what I could do to make it better for My name is Kyle and I am disabled.
You know, I remember being called a retard,
Retard when I was in Alberta Hospital.
or then an idiot.
Stupid.
Put in the corner and forget about him. He ain't gonna do nothing anyway.
No good for nothing.
There was this one guy who said no, that was ugly right to my face. I was like devastated.
It just felt like I wasn't worth nothing. My whole body shut down.
He ain't gonna do nothing anyway.
You should talk to a person before judging. You know, you can't judge a book by its cover, as they always say. And I think that is the best thing to do. Is just to talk to the person before judging them.
As it's easier than getting to know the person if you just say, like, see, Quinn was here and I call him Wheels, but like we're good friends, so that's okay. But if someone else called him, like, hey, Wheelchair, or something, that would probably hurt his feelings. Instead of getting to know him, it's easier just to label people.
A big step towards changing the labels we use is to work on changing the way we tend to think.
The word disabled should be ripped away from that dictionary immediately. You know, just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean you can't get from point A to point B. You know, just because you're sight impaired doesn't mean you can't enjoy a good book.
Proud and loud.
You do things a little bit different, but you can still get the job done.
We're not disabled, we're just differently abled.
Hi, I'm Courtney, and I'm doing Respect.
That's a good way, of telling society that we don't need labels and we don't need them, to put them on us.
With people with disability, you look at it, there's some people that need a lot of help where I consider we're all equal.
Nobody in this room is disabled.
Labels don't change if we don't try to change them. They can be changed by changing the way we talk and think. It's a case where a little bit of effort can go a long way.
It's not like people change overnight, and I feel like, yeah, I'm a human being, I'm able, but it goes inch by inch by inch, and it happens.
I came here 4.5 years ago from Newfoundland. I was first put into a group home. After so many years, it got stricter. The rules were getting harder, and I didn't want to be there anymore because it wasn't me. I was over to Derek's one time visiting Derek. I had to be home a certain time, or if I came home late and the door was locked, I had to knock on the door to get the staff to let me in, and they weren't very happy with it. It was invading my privacy. I had no communication with Derek. I wanted to communicate with him, and the phone thing is, their privacy was not there. It was gone.
I've been in a group home for about 5 years, and I could relate to some of the stuff what Daisy said. When Daisy said they invade your space, they control the TV, and it starts making me mad. and it gets me all mixed up, and then it makes me shake. So then I go in my room and I don't come out for supper or nothing. I don't eat, I don't do nothing. And then like they hog the phones. That's why Daisy tries to phone me and our phone's busy.
And I had a couple of connections help me move out of my group home and moved in with Derek, and ever since that we've been living together. That was maybe almost a year ago. I moved out. It's the best thing, the best change I ever had. The best change. I can't wait for the next step.
Change is one thing that can define us as human beings. We come across a problem, we think about it, then we improve things. It happens again and again and needs to happen when it comes to the way we think of each other.
I was like so mad at this person, and then I didn't want to even look at him, talk to him or anything, no, because one time I looked at him, it was in the classroom one time, and I told him, you know what, if you don't like me, walk away. Just don't even look at me, okay? Just go away. I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to look at you, I don't want to even hear you breathe. So go away. So that was it.
If we take the time to really consider the people around us, we go a long way towards being able to live and work together the best way we can.
Like, if disability can have a strong relationship, like they can, all they have to do is walk together and be strong. It doesn't matter if they're weak, it doesn't matter. All they have to do is be together, be beside each other, and that's all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of disability they have.
When we try to change the ways we talk and think about other people, we get the chance to really understand each other. As a community, we must work together to make sure our changes are positive and lasting. Real change will happen when we work together, but to work together, we have to try to understand each other.
My name carries the border and the airport.
Just like in a community, we have to remember that we have responsibilities to each other. We need to get to know about one another to be able to help each other the best way we can. We need to remember to treat each member of our community fairly and as an equal.
A couple of months ago, I met with my minister to talk about affordable housing and PDD, and the minister was talking about people on AISH, and then she was talking about people on AISH because I'm on AISH. She kind of wanted to associate me with what her beliefs were, so she was starting to pat me on the head. She was talking about AISH being enough to live on your own. I didn't really appreciate that because it made me feel like I was singled out, and it made me feel like she's not really hearing me, even though she's patting me on the head. She's not treating me as a person, she's more like treating me like a dog.
I used to have a lot of jobs, like the work warehouse and Best Western, and they say, oh, this job is retarded like that. So this computer is retarded, and when I heard it all the time, I just want to walk away and go home. On a bus, it's a little bit hard because it's all teenagers, and I don't know what to do in front of teenagers when they said, oh, like lots of retarded. I'm not retarded.
When I got ADD, I thought it was like the end of everything, like when I was diagnosed. But now, like, I've been diagnosed with other disabilities as well. I'm like, they're just labels. I'm not gonna let it define me. What I've learned is we can do stuff, and we may just do stuff sometimes a different way, but we get it done. Like with me in 2003, I won a human rights case against a local college because 4 days prior to graduation from the early childhood care and education program, my grades were changed from A's to F's. And they said it was because they thought a person with attention deficit disorder cannot work with kids. And at first I believed them. I was really hurt. I went into a different profession and taught computers. But I'm kind of glad that I did go into a different profession and I did feel hurt in a way, because it opened up another door for me that I never thought possible, and I got to actually mix my experience working with kids and computers, and I got hired in the US to work at a camp for kids with ADD. So I got to learn all the possibilities for people with ADD through that, and I got to meet people from all around the world. Last year, me and a couple of people from Alberta Mental Health and Calgary Scope went to one of the schools that I used to get abused at, and they had a multicultural day, and what we did was I got to talk with the kids, interact with the kids, play with the kids, kind of get them used to me before I showed them my video, because I wanted them to realize that I'm a person too, not just a person with a disability.
Labels make it hard to connect with other people. It makes us see the person as them instead of us.
We got a letter from one of the teachers. She said, you have a gift of turning grief into success. Keep it up.
Something that seems like a limitation, if you really look at it a little more deeply, there's actually a gift in there.
The very first year when my nephew, Joshua Denny Gray, was born, I was nervous, but I wasn't too nervous taking care of him.
Sometimes the biggest barrier to understanding each other and seeing past the labels we use for each other is simple respect.
Great uncle means that I love those kids. I want to be an uncle of the year for them. I want them to understand that I want to do the right thing for them.
When we don't have respect for other people, it's all too easy to treat them unfairly or to treat them like they're not one of us. We may not look the same, we may not act the same, but that's one of the greatest gifts we have as human beings, differences.
I'm Scott Gray. I'm disabled.
The way we see and think about other people changes the way we treat them.
We deserve the same respect that you would give anybody else. Because whether you admit it or not, you have a challenge yourself. What I try to explain to others anywhere is that whether they're mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever the case may be, we all have challenges. The problem is some are visible and some aren't. Those that aren't, for the most part, can get away with anything they want to in succeeding in life because there's nobody stopping them.
When we label each other, we become a barrier to being able to connect to our community, to contribute our gifts and talents, to be of value to the world around us.
My name's Dan, and I'm disabled.
At the Self-Advocacy Federation, we work hard to understand why people label people who have disabilities. We work hard to figure out how we can make a change in our community.
So I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to introduce Barb. Barb's going to come up and tell us about the Barb. Welcome to the Self-Advocacy Federation with Prof Library Red Carpet event. Tonight we'll be showing 2 of our videos.
a proud moment in time, and disability.
Why is it important for people like us to work on the community?
Well, I think, Daisy, all of us bring something to the world. Everyone should be valued. And when I ran, when I approach people, I don't judge people.
No,
I take you as you are.
Yeah.
And more people in our world need to do that, and not to be judgmental. So everyone has an equal place and has a right to be in society and to be in a community doing what they can do. And everyone can contribute something.
Doing a bit of a little side project, with doing dislabeling and that, and how society see us and that, through labels.
We try to see the whole person behind the label, to include all the positive and respectful labels for each other.
Well, I describe Derek as a well-loving person. He is honest to me. He is nurturing. He's teaching me a lot of things that I didn't know.
Daisy is a caring person, and she's been there for me a lot, but the most important thing, her heart's with me all the time.
I'm a really good roommate. I'm a really good friend most of the time, and I'm a really good girlfriend, I think.
I think all my good points in that are I'm pretty much laid back. I have a lot of talents in that knows, and I'm pretty much a friendly person, caring, and I like to share a lot of my stories with people I know, and I like to listen to people, and whoever wants my help, and that I can help them. I'm a very helpful person.
Because I'm Jasmine. My name is Jasmine, and I have OCD, but I'm not an OCDer. My name is Jasmine, and there's lots of people you should cost by our names, not by our labels or our disabilities. My name is Jasmine, not stupid, not low function, not retarded, and not disabled. My name is Jasmine, and I'm disabled.
My name is Quinn. I'm an employee. I'm a neighbor. I'm an uncle. I'm a community member. I'm a friend. I'm a voter. I'm a volunteer. I'm a citizen just like you. My name is Quinn, and I'm disabled. Soon you'll be.